My daughter Sophie was 4 when she said something that made my blood run cold. We were having breakfast when she looked up from her cereal and calmly asked, "Mommy, why does Daddy hurt the ladies in the basement?" At first, I thought I'd misheard. My husband, Mark, was away on one of his pharmaceutical sales trips, the kind that kept him gone for days. The basement was his locked workshop, strictly off limits. When I asked Sophie what she meant, she said she'd gotten up for water the night before and heard crying through the basement door. The lady with the yellow hair kept saying please, like when I ask you for more cookies, she said. Then she added, "She looks just like the missing lady on TV." For weeks, the news had been full of the disappearance of Jennifer Walsh, a young nursing student with long blonde hair who'd vanished from a hospital parking lot. My stomach dropped. I tried to tell myself it was a child's imagination, but Sophie wasn't that kind of kid. She was literal, observant. Just like her father. When I pressed her, she told me there were crying ladies in the basement. More than one. Chains. Banging on the walls. And that Daddy had grabbed her arm and said if she told anyone, something really bad would happen to me. After I dropped her at preschool, I stood outside the locked basement door and listened. At first, silence. Then, faint scratching. A whimper. The soft, broken sound of someone trying not to cry. I backed away, shaking. That night, after Sophie went to bed, I heard it again. Scratching. Weak voices. More than one. I called 911 and whispered that I thought someone was trapped in my basement. As the dispatcher told me officers were on their way, I heard Mark's car in the driveway. He wasn't supposed to be home for 2 more days. He came upstairs with dark stains on his shirt and something that looked like dried blood under his nails. His eyes were cold when he asked, "Have you been in the basement?" Before I could answer, the doorbell rang. Police. We received a call about a possible emergency. Mark squeezed my arm hard enough to bruise. "If you've ruined everything, I'll make you disappear just like the others. And I'll take Sophie somewhere you'll never find her." Then he went downstairs and opened the door, slipping into his charming salesman act and telling the officers I was mentally unstable. But when he unlocked the basement for them, the smell hit everyone at once. Death, waste, rot. I watched from the stairs as one officer immediately radioed for backup, EMS, and the coroner. They took Mark into custody on the lawn while more units arrived. They carried out 2 body bags and 1 woman, barely alive, on a gurney. It was Jennifer Walsh. The investigation revealed at least several victims over the years. Mark had used his job and travel schedule as cover, abducting women from hospital parking lots and keeping them in a soundproofed dungeon under our home. His journals, the DNA, the video evidence. It was all there. The detectives told me plainly, Sophie had saved Jennifer's life and likely prevented many more murders simply by telling me what she heard. In court, his lawyers tried to paint me as unstable and claim Sophie had been coached, but the physical evidence crushed every defense. Mark was sentenced to life without parole on multiple counts of murder, kidnapping, and assault. Sophie doesn't remember much now. She was so young that her mind mercifully blurred the details. We moved across the country, into a house with no secret spaces, no locked rooms I don't control. Every door opens from both sides. Sometimes, when I tuck her in at night, she says, "I'm glad the crying ladies don't live with us anymore. I hope they're safe now." And I think about how close I came to brushing off her words as a bad dream. Sometimes the smallest voice in the room is the one that saves everyone.